guys, welcome to my channel. This is Yinky. Here I share sewing tutorials, pattern drafting and DIYs. So today I'll be showing you how to draft this trendy flounce. So this flounce it will be cut with 2 yards or 2.5 yards of fabric, and you're going to fold the fabric into 8. You're going to fold it into 8 places. So before I forget, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Encourage us by doing so, and also turn on the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. So I'm trying to count the number of folds. So right now you're going to locate the center point. Locate the center point, and after you locate the center point, you're going to mark a plus sign in the middle. Mark a plus sign in the middle. Mark it like so. Mark a plus sign like so. Then after you have done that, you're going to insert 2 inches radius all round. Insert 2 inches radius all round the cardinal points. Insert 2 inches radius all round. So you can connect it together. In that 2 inches that you inserted, you're going to use it to form a circle. So what I want to teach you here is how to cut out the flounce. The first thing you will need to do is to cut out the flounce, and the reason why I folded into 8 places is because we have 2 flounce on each sleeve. So 2 flounce on each sleeve will be 4 together. So extend the line here. Extend the line. When you extend this line, input your flounce width here. So starting from the circle, you're going to measure your desired flounce width. In my own case, I'm using 4 inches for the flounce width. How wide I want the flounce to be. Then connect this point together to form a figure 6. Connect it together to form this figure 6. So after you have done that, you're going to mark the width, that 4 inches width, that flounce width. Mark it all round. Insert the flounce width all round uniformly. So as I was saying before, I said I folded into 8, and the reason being that I have 2 flounce each on each sleeve, making 4 together. Then I'm going to use the main fabric also to lining. So 4 times 2 will give me 8. That's why I arrived at 8. So the flounce I'm marking out here, by the time I cut it out together, I will have it in 8 places. So that by the time I have 2 on each sleeve, I can still get my lining out of it. So just mark the flounce width all round like so. Then use your chalk to trace it out. Trace it out clearly. Trace it out clearly. Trace what you have marked out clearly. So I'm going to continue to do that until I get to the end of the fabric and I don't have fabric anymore to mark. So, and this is what I have traced it out. So after tracing it out, you can go ahead and do the cutting like this. So follow your chalking and do the cutting like this. So this is just like a spiral form. You can use this to also attach your flounce to any part of your dress. So go ahead and cut out the flounce. So I'm trying to remove the ones I did not need out of the flounce. So this is the part that I needed. So this part is what I'm going to use to make the flounce on the dress. So this is the part that I need. So after you have cut out the flounce, this is how it will look. This is how it will look after you have cut out the flounce. This is how it will look. So you're going to get your interfacing. This is the softest one. So I'm going to iron it on it. So after you iron it on one, because you know we are still going to turn it with the lining, and the lining is the same fabric. So I have cut out everything together, so I'll just pick another one that will serve as the lining. And the other thing you need, this is the what I'll use to lining it. So I'm going to get my crinoline. So this crinoline will be used to turn it the way I will use lining to turn it. I'm going to use crinoline to turn it together with the lining, as you can see. So the crinoline will be used all together. I put this interfacing to be able to hold the fabric in place, to support the fabric. That's why I put the interfacing. So you can go ahead, and the lining has been placed, the right side of the lining has been placed on the right side of the main fabric that I put interfacing on. So I now put the crinoline on the lining also. So I'm using the two to turn the main fabric together. So I'm using the two to turn the main fabric together at the same time, the lining and the crinoline. So go ahead and stitch by 1/2 inch. So as you stitch by 1/2 inch, make sure you do not draw the crinoline, because if you draw the crinoline, it won't be able to perform its function. So make sure you do not draw the crinoline. Just push it in and make sure it form the wave, the normal way it's supposed to form it. So do not pull the crinoline. So attach. So what I'm doing is I'm using the lining and the crinoline together to turn the main fabric. So we have almost gotten to the end of it. So cut it out, then turn it to the right side. You can see I'm turning it to the right side. I'm trying to turn the flounce to the right side. So I'm trying to turn the flounce to the right side, turn it to the right side like so. Then you can see the inside, and this is the outside. So you can go ahead and top stitch on the lining. You can go ahead and top stitch, and the essence of top stitching is for it to lay. For it to lay properly, you know, the crinoline will want to stand because of its nature. But if you top stitch, it will be able to lay flat a little. So top stitch on the lining and the crinoline. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to top stitch. So I'm still top stitching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Thank you. So after you are done with the top stitching, you can bring it to the right side. Then stitch up the flounce. Stitch up the flounce. After you are done with the top stitching, you can stitch I will call it the mouth of the flounce. Just stitch it up, so that by after you are through with this step, this level, you are free to attach it to your dress or your blouse. So close it up like so. You can continue closing up the flounce like so. Just stitch through. My online classes are still on, so if you are interested, you can contact the numbers on the screen for more information. So we have almost gotten to the end of the flounce. So after you have closed this part up, the next thing to do is to trim the excesses. So you can trim the excesses, the fabrics that those fabrics that are not needed anymore. Just trim it out. Trim it so that it will be neat. Then the next thing is to stitch the two fabric. You know you are using two flounces now. Stitch the two flounces. If you study the picture, it's two flounces on each sleeve. So stitch the two flounces together. So what I did here is that the one that is underneath is the one that will have crinoline. Actually, I didn't put crinoline in the two. I only put crinoline in one, just to manage crinoline. So if you like, you can still put crinoline in the two, but I only put crinoline in one, and that one that has crinoline will be the one that will be beneath, so that by the time I put it on the neck on the neckline, it will be able to raise the one that does not have up. So this is the upper block that I'm going to attach it to. So you can see this is the princess bustier. This is the inside, the wrong side of the bustier. This is the sleeve. This is the off shoulder sleeve. The off shoulder has been attached already. I just attached one part to the sleeve, to the armhole, so you can see. And the other side also, the off shoulder sleeve has been attached to it. If you don't know how to cut off shoulder sleeve, I have a video on that in my channel, so you can click the link in the description box and watch. You can see how the princess bustier is. It's really lovely. So you can also watch on my video. I have how to make a princess bustier. So this is the sleeve. The sleeve will be folded into half like so. This is the mid sleeve. Notch it, because this is where the fixing of your flounce will end. And this is the armhole. I'm trying to hold the armhole. So the armhole will be attached to the back block by the time I finish doing the fixing the flounce. So I believe you understand this. So the next thing to do now is to go ahead and get the center front. So on the center front neckline, I'm going to place the flounce. Since the two flounces has been attached together, so I'm going to place the flounce on the center part. The most curvy part of the flounce will be the one I'll start from the most curvy part of the flounce. So the most curvy part of the flounce is where I will start from. It will be placed on the center neckline, center front. So I'm going to place it like so. So I will stitch it on the neckline by 1/2 inch. I'm going to stitch on the neckline by 1/2 inch. So I've started stitching. So the stitching will go like so. I told you the part that has crinoline is beneath, and the one that does not have crinoline is up, is the one I'm touching, so that by the time I use lining to turn it, the one that has crinoline will be able to raise the one that does not have up, and it will still be fine and okay. So you're going to fold the flounce like so. Fold it like so. Just use it to form that design. So I'll go ahead and pin it down. If you pin it down, it will be able to reduce the stress because of the nature of the crinoline, so that it will not stress you. use pin to pin it down as you are forming the design. So fold it the way I folded it. It's not something difficult. It's just style it the way you think it's fine and okay, and you are good to go. You can notice that the sleeve is short. This is the desired length that the customer requested for, so that's why it is short. In the picture, the picture I showed you from the beginning, the sleeve length is, I think it's even elbow length or 3/4. I think so. It's 3/4. It's 3/4 length. So you can place it. You can make your desired length. You're free to do that. So I'm trying to use my machine to stitch it after pinning it down the way I style it. So when you're stitching it, be very careful. Do it carefully. And the part that cannot, if there is a part that you could not stitch, you can use your hand needle to finish it up. So I'm trying to remove pin or the office pin where I put it. Then I'll stitch it neatly. See the way I'm stitching it. So by the time I finish the stitch the way I'm doing it, it will not show and it will be neat. So the stitching is a little bit difficult because of the nature of the flounce, but it's still, by the time you finish it, it will be lovely. And we are almost we have almost gotten to the end of the stitching. I'm trying to remove pin here. Remove the pin and stitch carefully. You can stitch it in bit by bit. Just stitch it by bit, and you will finish. At the end of the day, you will have a finished look. So I'm stitching it bit by bit so as not to have issues or problem. So after you have stitched it like so, next thing to do is to fold up the sleeve and or is to attach the sleeve to the back armhole block. So the next thing to do now is to go and fix the sleeve for the other side, the other sleeve. So I'm through with this side. The next thing to do is to fix for the other side. So right now the other side has been fixed. As you can see, it's really looking nice. You can see how it is. So the next thing to do is to get my lining. The lining will be used to raise it up like so. So I'm going to use the lining to raise this up. So by the time I fix the lining, you can see this is the lining. The lining is cut the same way I cut the main fabric, and I'm going to match the center front with the center front of the main fabric. And the sleeve also has a facing that has been joined to it, so I'm going to turn through from the sleeve through to the center front. You can see the way the main fabric is the way the lining is, so I'll be able to use it to turn from the neckline through to the sleeve. So after turning it with lining, this is the result. This is how it looks. I have a video on my channel that explains how to draft, how to cut, and how to sew a princess dart bustier. So you can get the link in the description box and watch that. So I have turned it right from the center front through to the sleeve. So you can see how it is, and by the time the sleeve lay properly, I'll go and top stitch on the lining, and it will raise the flounce up and to be able to form the design we want. As you can see, this is how it's going to look by the time I top stitch on the lining on the neckline. So I'm going to top stitch right on the neckline through to the sleeve, and I'll show you the result. So after top stitching, this is the result. You can see that the flounce has raised itself up. So then I'm going to go ahead and fix the back. So the back armhole will be matched with the sleeve armhole right away. So I'm going to match it like so, and when I stitch it, you can see how it will be. So this is it. I'm going to stitch it like so. So I'm touching the zipper. So I'm going to bring the second block also, back block, and attach it from the armhole also. This is the off shoulder armhole, so that's why the armhole is not that long. So this is it. This is the back panel. The two back panel has been attached. I'll go and join it together by 1/2 inch on my machine, and you can see this is the zipper. So I'll go ahead and join the panel, the sleeve together, and continue my stitching. And we have come to the end of the tutorial. This is the outcome of the flounce. You can see it's really looking lovely. This person is a large size person, as you can still see it's very. So don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Feel free to like, share, and give us a thumbs up for this video. Bye.